Today is the day where we are taking this beautiful stock body and just absolutely destroying it.
Sand it!
And we're back. So the clips that you guys just saw were actually from a few days ago. Now, cutting up this car for the fender flares has been on the agenda for the longest time, and I've just been stalling and stalling, and Amanda told me just go ahead, go full send, go ahead and cut up the car, and that is exactly what we started doing. So both sides on the rears have been cut, and the white stuff that you see over there is actually sealant, so no dirt and debris goes into the car. So the rears are pretty much all cut up and just ready to go. Today's goal is to finish cutting up the fronts and get this fender flare kit fully installed. Well, today we're not gonna get it officially installed because we still have to get it wrapped and we still have to get like the nice new hardware and all that good stuff, but I do want to get the fender flares on this car for once and for all because I have been dying to actually put my new wheels on for this car. So some of you guys might remember that we got these wheels for my STI, but we never actually got them to fit. The spec on these things is just so ridiculous. So they never were actually able to fit on the STI. After we install the fender flares, they should, fingers crossed, they should fit just a little bit better. If I need to add a little bit of camber, I'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully we don't have to add too much camber. I don't want to stance this thing out or anything, but hopefully by the end of today, we'll actually have the new Work Meisters on the STI for once and for all. You guys can see up close that the cuts are super jagged. What's up, guys? You guys can see that the cuts are super jagged. Don't worry, we're gonna clean all that up like we did with the rear. We're gonna clean it up with the polishing flap disc just like we did with the back. Take a good look at that. That is before. And there is an after, boys. Look at that. It's not the best cuts in the world, but I did clean them a lot. I pushed them up further just a little bit so we have a little bit more clearance, but definitely not a perfect half circle, but it is pretty smooth. I mean, I could touch it without completely just tearing open my hand. If you guys ever do this and you guys want to check your cuts, make sure you don't ever slide your hand like this because you're going to slice your fingers open. But yeah, the cuts are looking a lot better. Now, I was taking my time in making it look as good as I can, but then I figured, why am I doing this? Because I might have to cut a little bit more. I'm not sure yet, so we still do have to test fit the wheel on the car. Fingers crossed, hopefully it fits. Let me go ahead and open up the big one. It's starting to smell in here, but if the wheels don't fit, the only reason why I think they won't possibly fit is the front bumper. I feel like we might have to cut off a little bit of the front bumper. I really don't want to. I wanted to avoid cutting the front bumper at all costs, but if I have to, that's what I'm gonna do. We look like we got a lot more clearance, which is always a good thing. Now for the real test, we gotta take it off the wooden blocks and see if it can turn at full lock. That's the only part I'm a little sketched out about. I really hope that it doesn't catch over here or catch over here. I'm really hoping we don't, but you guys know how it goes. Cars are never just that easy. And we're rubbing right over there too. Sick. So the plan of attack was pretty much just cut everything that gets in the way until it starts to fit. So you guys can see over here that we cut a little bit off of the fender where the fender meets the bumper, and we cut a little bit of the bumper off as well. Just trimmed a little bit, and then I did the same thing on the back over here. All this is gonna be covered up, but I still wanna make the cleanest cuts as possible, so I did the same thing on this side. It's hitting the tiniest piece right here. Dude, what? So like I said, we pretty much just have to keep cutting everything that the tire is hitting until we can finally get it to fit. It can turn full lock and we're not rubbing against anything. I don't want any issues while I'm trying to turn full lock. I know a lot of people don't really care about that. I personally do, so time for more trimming. This must be like attempt number 4 or something. I have no idea. All right, so I gotta shave the teeniest little bit off right here. It's hitting a little bit over here too, so this has got to come off a little bit too. I lost count, but I feel like we're at like attempt number 69 at this point, but I'm feeling confident about this one. Turning right. Damn it! Alright, so here's the deal, boys. I don't know if you guys can tell how long it's been, but it's been like 5 hours, maybe even 6 since I've been just cutting. Just almost 6 hours of just putting the wheels on, throwing the car on the ground, it not fitting, and then taking the wheels off, cutting stuff up, and then redoing that whole process. After so many attempts, after I thought I was so close, everything just kept rubbing, but I cut everything off. I went full send. I cut more than I needed to over everything. So I'm really hoping this is the last time I have to put the car down on the ground, because even if it's not, even if I still rub, I think I might just leave it. I'm starting to get a little sick of this. So hopefully this is the last time we have to put the car down. I cut a lot out. So if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be really surprised. So first, let's turn it all the way to the right. So far, I don't hear anything. I think we're good. It didn't hit anything here. Let's come on this side. It doesn't seem to be hitting anything there. Besides the fender liner, which I might delete anyway, it doesn't seem like we're hitting anything on this side. Neither on this side. So now, let's turn it all the way to the left. We're good here. Coming to this side. We seem good here too. I think we're in the clear. Oh man. It's been a long day with you, Jules. Bro, look at how high the back sits compared to the front. I don't know if that's just because it's the stock wheel or not, but damn. Once it's time to get fitment all figured out, I definitely want to go ahead and even out the riding height, but oh my God, I'm so gassed. I'm really tired, so bear with me, guys. I went ahead and turned the wheel full lock a few times each way. It seems like we're good. I think we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw the rear wheels on, put the entire fender flare kit on, and then we'll take a ride around the shop. I just wanna make sure we're not rubbing anywhere. That's like my main goal for today. The fender flares are gonna look just a tad bit weird on the car, just because I haven't actually cut them to like spec, I guess you can say. So basically, you kind of have to cut the fender flares to kind of fit the wheels and all that stuff. I didn't do that yet because I still have to do the rest of the body work on the car. So this car is gonna get a full wrap. I'm not gonna be painting it just yet. Maybe I will paint it down the line, but for now we are gonna wrap the car. And before we wrap the car, I wanna go ahead and make sure all the body work is done. Maybe this weekend or sometime soon, I wanna go throughout the entire car, fix all the little dents and dings and all the scratches, and I just want the body of this thing as perfect as we can make it. Once the body of the car is good, then we can throw on the wrap and throw on the new color, and this thing should be good to go. So right now, it is gonna look a little weird. The fender flares aren't gonna look perfect. Just know that. We are gonna fix the fitment and kind of do body work to the fender flares. I just want you guys to keep that in mind when you see the fender flare on the car, because from like really up close, it doesn't look like the best thing ever. So just keep that in mind, guys. Bear with the fender flares just as they are right now. They're not gonna look perfect. Looking at the backs, I think we might need a little bit of camber. What the heck is, what the heck? That is the loudest plane I've ever heard. Jeez, dude, I'm trying to record here. What? Is he just like circling the shop? All right, he's going away. Oh, look at that. All right, let me bring it outside. Let me show you guys in the sunlight. You guys already know the sunlight hits different. Dude, Jules is looking fire, bro. It's just a bunch of mismatched colors. Fitment isn't right, but damn, dude, am I starting to love this thing. Bringing it from inside the shop and just swinging it around is the longest and the furthest I've ever driven on these wheels, and I've had these for months now, so it's been a while. I'm so happy to finally see them on the car. So for those of you who don't know, these are actually Wrx Meisters. I've wanted these wheels for the longest time. Fun fact, I actually wanted these on the BRZ, but I couldn't get them, and there was no way I was gonna get my hands on them. But luckily now I have them for the STI. I've been trying my best to get these wheels to fit on this car for the longest time, and I'll pop a picture on the screen of how absurd they were. Like, this spec is absurd, but somehow, you know, look at this. We're tucking it now. Definitely have to add a little bit camber in the back. Quick little update. Currently it is May 7th. We have a scheduled tune day for May 22nd, so it's just about 2 more weeks until we can go ahead and throw this car on the dyno. Once this car's on the dyno, we can go ahead and start ripping it out in the streets and all that fun stuff. You guys can bet your ass that we're gonna do a fat Bernie in this thing. Oh, that is spicy. Bodywork, wrap, a few more goodies, and then dyno day. So that's the situation with the STI. With Amanda's car, we're still waiting on a few more things, so just expect the BRZ build to come soon. We're trying to make sure that we get everything in order before we dive into it. That's the deal with the BRZ. We didn't forget about it. Don't worry, guys. I know you guys want to see the BRZ. I want to work on the BRZ, but we're just waiting on a few more things. But that's the situation with the cars. As for me and tonight, my night is going to be just cleaning this entire garage up and then editing this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.